It's Rick without the K. James presents In My Opinion Podcast.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. Thank you for watching. Who are your influences in comedy?
Hey man, I hate, and I started off like this all the time, I hate when I don't mention Martin. I almost feel in a weird way he doesn't get the credit. But man, Martin taught me that there's certain people that can kill it on joke writing, that can just kill it on bits, and then there's charisma. And Martin was like the one where I'm like, yo, this dude is just funny. Undeniably, hosting Def Jam is just funny. And that's what I'm here for. You know, but then, man, guys like Chris Rock, super Chris Rock fan, man. He just got quotables and bits, and he's always been up there. Patrice, man, is like probably, if I was picking favorites, I would probably say Patrice O'Neal, man. I just feel like somebody who has strong opinions that you may not agree with, but they're delivered in such a passionate way. You know, it was always been Mitch. Always been a Hedberg fan. Man, just, again, man, nobody's doing that. There's people attempting it after him, but Mitch is on some other stuff, man. If you got the chance to see him live, it's insane how he had control of the.
Live?
Oh my, multiple times, man.
Really?
And this is when I was first starting comedy. I'm like, it's mind blowing, man. And there's certain people that will get you that feeling. One, my favorites, I'm gonna say top 7, JB Smoove.
Really?
Until you've seen JB Smoove live, it's not comedy, man. It's an experience. It's like, yo, nobody's doing this.
And he's one of the nicest dudes in the comedy
he's
game, bro.
kind, which is just like icing on the cake. But I don't have to like you off stage. That's how I feel about comedians, man. I don't care about what you do, man. Like, I'm only judging you by your art. That's why, man, we was just talking about this in the car. We was just talking about Lil Wayne's opinions on race and stuff. And it's like, yo, a lot of it's stupid. But, man, I ain't here for that. I just want to see your art. Nobody's ever going to agree with everything I do off the stage, man. And here's the thing, man. Like, I'm learning my level of influence. And now I'm very careful and cautious as how I have been. If people say I appear and I come off safe, it's because I know how powerful my words are and how I can really influence a lot of people to do certain things. It's how I feel about throwing out products and things I do and my experiences, because I know, man, it's going to be even bigger. My influence is going to be so huge on how people make decisions in their own personal lives off of what I do that I'm very careful.
Have you seen what I do on this podcast? You sure you just don't want me to stop now?
Hey, man.
He's like, thanks. Sorry, Rick. See you later. No, man. I ask you this because a couple of reasons. One, before I forget, man, I got to bring up the fact that you did The Office, even though I couldn't remember.
Oh, no, absolutely.
I mean, that is more than a memorable fucking show. Great fucking writing on the show. Like I said,
absolutely.
Me and my kids love that show. But you also got to be on an episode with Patrice, right?
No, man. But you know what I like to say? No, I wasn't on an episode with Patrice. But that's the only time I can put myself in a sentence with Patrice, is the fact that we were both warehouse workers. That's really it. Like, I've met him and talked to him, man. This is when I was early in comedy, and it was love. Like, when he talked to me, man, he kind of laughed at me like an older cousin, and he was just like laughing at my demeanor, and he was just like, keep going. Just keep doing that shit. And I didn't know what he was talking about, but he was like, I was like, all right. And he was like, yeah, just keep doing that shit. And I was like, all right, cool.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Especially if he's someone you look up to or influenced you.
Especially when I didn't know what it meant at the time. And now I kind of get it. You know, man, it's other guys that said that to me, like Kreischer, right? Bert, right? I remember hosting for Bert, and he was like, one day you're going to figure out why you're funny. It was like, okay. You know, man, and it's a lot of Russell. there's a whole bunch of guys that planted seeds and gave me info before I was ready to receive it. And fortunately, like, my memory's like crazy photogenic like that, where I just remember like everything. But Russell, man, kicked me so much game. His brother used to manage me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his brother Clayton used to be my manager, man. And so I was touring with Russell for like a good period of time, man. And he was just dropping dimes, a lot of stuff I wasn't ready for, and a lot of stuff that, you know, helped at the time, and a lot of stuff I get now. You know, it's partially why I have lived probably I've lived like I was famous. And I don't mean like financially at all, not like that. I just a way
Just
of
that swag, yeah.
Yeah,
you
man,
always got something.
Well, no-
and you know, man, I wanted to say this about that too. Is first off, I think we shared this story. Is I probably was doing comedy probably about 6 months, and I saw you at my home club, Tommy T's in Pleasanton, and I came up to you, and at that point I was still drinking heavily before I got on stage.
Hell yeah.
And I noticed that you didn't drink that night. And I go, hey, man, how do you do this shit sober? And you're like, man, I don't ever drink. Come to find out that ain't true. Right?
Yeah.
But I always thought that was so amazing, man. And it's your demeanor. You have that same, and again, I don't want to pocket you into this because comics get sensitive where, man, I'm not trying to sound like that comic, but it's the demeanor that you and like Dion Cole, who's also one of my favorite fucking comedians.
I love Dion Cole, man.
It's just that like, it's that confidence level that both you guys possess on stage that is just, I know I could never match. You know what I mean? Like, I may not look nervous before I get on stage, but I'm fucking nervous. You know what I mean? And I've learned how to, and I've had to relearn that, not drinking, because I don't drink anymore. So,
hey, man, it's almost a weird way. It's almost like a flaw of mine is that since I've started, people have been telling me how funny I am. But it wasn't the jokes. It was just like looking funny. Delivering, it was just like a package deal. So being told that so often, you start to believe it, and then you start to embody it and live it. And once you piece together fundamentals with like ability and talent, and it starts to connect and match together, then you kind of have a product. And I think that's just kind of what's happening now. Like, some things are connecting a little more than they ever have.
Boy, Charlie Murphy, my main man, Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. Thank you for watching.